In this video, we will see how we can able to update the hotfix for the PCM600 software application. To perform the hotfix update for the PCM600 software application, there are some prerequisites which we need to understand first. So it is highly recommended to use the latest version of the PCM600 software application when we are working with the ABB protection and control IEDs. So in my case, I have installed the PCM600 2.11 version, which has been released to the market recently. I will first open the PCM600 software application and I will show the different connectivity package and the hotfix which I applied to the PCM600 version 2.11 on my PC. To perform this hotfix update, we need to connect to the intranet. If you are updating the hotfix via online, in case if you have the hotfix offline, download it from the other PC, copy it from the flash drives. In that case, you can able to copy the hotfix separately, and then you can able to move here where you have the PCM600 host application. So let me go to the help section, help menu. In the main menu, under this we can able to see the about PCM600. There we can able to see the version number of the PCM600, and then we can able to see the connectivity package that we have installed for the different IED families supported by the PCM600, both for the medium voltage and the high voltage product ranges. Then I can also able to see the hotfixes which I have applied. Recently there was an hotfix released 3 months ago that has been released around March month of 2022, and we can able to see the month, date, also the year here with the build number, the version number. So which we are gonna do now, we are gonna update the hotfix from this version to the latest version because there are some improvements and bug fixes part of the latest version of the hotfix that is compatible for the PCM600 2.11 version. Let's say OK here, and we go to the help section again, then open the update manager from here by selecting it, and you can also able to say run as administrator here to get the privilege to connect to the ABB file server where we can able to. So in this case, you need to have very good internet speed connection on your PC where you can able to connect the update manager to the server where we can able to see there is a newer version of hotfix available here. So in the top second, there we can able to see 2022 there is a new release for the PCM600 2.11 that happened in June month 17, and we can also see there is a new hotfix also released. These are the recently released product versions like the ID modules, the newer version, also the software that we have installed on our PC, also the connectivity package. So it's better to go to the settings first and then enable the advanced option and then choose the folders where we wanted to download the resource files. When we download some ID documentations and the ID modules connectivity package, here is the location. By default, the update manager used to store the different type of files. So add-ons also very important, and we can able to enable the different type of language add-ons, also the ID documentation and the pre-configuration, which is really required for understanding, and you can able to even reuse by customize the pre-configuration. And these are the location, which is by default handled by the update manager. It is used for connecting the update manager to the file server where we can able to download the different type of connectivity package and the update related to the software and the MyID modules and documentation pre-configuration. And if you are using some firewall, you can able to select the proxy address by selecting the other dedicated ports available here. And in this case, we will go to the Get software packages, and then we can also select the different type of connectivity package. In case if you want to download the different connectivity package, you can able to enable the latest one and then download the required versions on the particular ID types depending on the requirement. So in this case, now we only wanted to update the hotfix for our PCM600 installed version, which is PCM600 2.11. In this case, I can able to uncheck the 670 series, and I can able to uncheck the 620 because these two different update which I really require now. So I just selected the hotfix. Also the Rex 640 IED, there is an update for the connectivity package. So I can able to just select here in the arrow mark. Flexibly, if I only wanted to download locally and then install later on, I can able to go for the second option. If I want to download and install together, I can able to select the first option. Then I can able to accept the terms and condition, then go for OK. And I could able to see now there is the progress bar, which I can able to monitor the progress related to the download of the hotfix and the connectivity package. I can able to exit the PCM600 because the update manager required to update the resource folder for the PCM600 interfaces for the different components. So it is recommended to close the application if it is running in the background. You can also see the speed, and it is important to have the good speed communication, the internet speed on your PC if you are trying to download the ID modules, the PCM600 hotfixes, also the connectivity package. So the download is done. Post download, the installation is going to happen in the backend. So there are some rules set for the silent installation. Post download. The recommended updates always shows depending on the ID modules, connectivity package, and the PCM600 version installed on our PC. So in my case, I have only installed PCM600 2.11 version. That's why I could able to see the recommended updates for my environment. Basically, the PC is my environment. So in this case, these are the relevant updates. The installation is happening in the background. So now we could able to see the PCM600 2.11 version hotfix 2022 0611 has been installed. And now the 640 connectivity package version 1.2.2 is in progress, the installation. When you select more than 2-3 installer, so in a sequence it will also get installed by default depending on the selection in the previous step that we do. So now the installation is done successfully, and we could also able to see the selected items has been installed. We can say close here, and in case if you would like to export the downloaded MSI files and share with another team member and friends, colleagues, then we can able to just go to the export software package, and we can able to just say PCM600. Then we can able to choose the connectivity package. By default, the latest hotfix should have the previous fixes included, but you can also able to select as per requirement. And then you can also able to select the update manager, the latest version, and you can also able to see here the 2.5, and then you can also able to export the latest connectivity package version and the different ID modules. For example, in this case, let me export these different options. Also, I will include another product from the medium voltage side, which is Rec 640. I will just uncheck only the latest version. So select the latest version. Then I can able to just export option. Then I could able to also see, okay, the ID documentation for the latest version is not downloaded. So that will be downloaded, and rest of the information can be exported, because you can able to see I did not download the user documentation, which is also very important when I'm working with the specific ID model. So I can able to even enable the user documentation so that I can able to download, then export the information. I can able to just export to the specific location. So in this case, let me create a new folder in the desktop. You can see a new folder. PCM600 here inside IDS code. Then I will just say OK here. Can also create new folder from the desktop. You can see PCM600 so that I don't need to go inside too much. Then I'll go say OK here. So this will be exported on this particular path. Let's say export. And there will be one user documentation will be downloaded, and there will be one MSI file for the 2.2.5 version of RAD 670 will be downloaded. These are the missing information on the selection which I did for exporting the different files. the pending information has been downloaded. Downloading. Once it's downloaded, we can able to export successfully. So you can also see now the export is very fast because the resource folders are available, and you can able to even go to this file folder location, which has been opened here in the other screen. I can able to move it here. So these are the ID compact which has been exported, and you can able to see the installer for the Windows PC, and you can also able to see the hotfixes related to .11, and which also came, which has been downloaded. So this information can be shared with another person. So we have installed now the information. Let's check the update is applied correctly in our PCM600 latest version. So how we can able to check this latest update? After we open the PCM600 software application on our PC, we can again go to the main menu in the PCM600, which is a help menu. Under that, we can able to see a version history in the top level. So it's basically loading the different connectivity package ID modules that has been installed together for the PCM600 host application. So we go to the help section and then select the about PCM600, and we can able to select the hotfixes. Here I could able to see the newer version of the hotfix version. Then I can also able to see the connectivity package version for Rec 640 has been updated as well. I can say OK here. I can also copy the info and share with other person in case if you're having the latest information, so the other person can able to cross verify. So this is how we update we apply the hotfixes or update the hotfix on our PCM600 software application. It's also important to know what are the information which has been included part of this hotfix. So how we can able to know this information? We can able to go to the ABB library. So you can able to even Google it, www.library.abb.com. There we can able to just type PCM600 2.11 hotfix, then enter. There you can able to see the MSI file, the executable file, the hotfix, which you can able to directly download, and then you can also apply it by installing manually. So this is the other option. Without going from the update manager, you can able to also download from this level, but it's also recommended to update from the update manager always. In case if you don't able to connect from the update manager, you can able to use this option. And let's select the release note to get the information. What are the information has been included part of this hotfix. Let's open the document. This is a PDF file. We can even store this locally. So these are the improvements has been added part of this particular hotfix version. So those are related to the sample measured value, control block. There are some improvements has been identified and fixed, and also related to the inconsistency related to the goose communication mapping. And when we are migrating one project to another project, this also happening. So this can be improved now, and there are some improvement related to the communication connection, and then there are many different improvements related to the graphical display editor for the BayMimic, and there are some interoperability enhancement related to third-party ID import, and we are working with mapping. So those has been improved. Also the PCMI ID configuration when we are adding the ID objects for some of the ID family. So it's also important to know these updates which we can able to get from a BB library. So in case if you would like to also know how we can able to download the latest version of PCM600, you can able to go to the Hitachi Energy Substation and Automation software library. There you can able to register with your company details, your official email address of your company, in the password. You can able to register from this level in case if you did not have an access already. You can able to register from this level by providing the mandatory information and the optional information as well. I have registered already, so I logged in here that you can able to see. So you can able to just go to the library. There you can able to see the latest version of the PCM600 2.11 version installation package. And you can also get the previous version of the Hotfix. And when you download the latest version of the PCM600 2.11 build, the Hotfix also comes together. And you can also download the older version, which I don't recommend to download and use it. So you can able to get the standalone software application if you only wanted to use Update Manager to download the different connectivity package, ID modules, documentation, and different PC for different use cases. And you can also able to download the installation guide and the product guide and the user guide how to start with PCM600. So this is how you can able to download the PCM600, also update the latest hotfixes when there is a new version of hotfix available. So that's all in this video. Thank you. Take care. Bye.